The rain had barely stopped when Maria stepped out of the small taxi and stared up at the enormous glass building rising above her like a palace. She clutched her bag tightly. Inside were 2 spare clothes, her mother's old scarf, and every ounce of hope she had left. After months of struggling to find work, this job felt like life itself. She inhaled, wiped her shoes on the marble steps, and pushed open the door. Inside, a tall woman with perfectly straight hair and sharp eyes looked her over. "You're the new hire, Maria?" "Yes, ma'am. I'm Clara," the woman said in a clipped tone. "Chief housekeeper, follow me. And remember, no wandering, no talking unnecessarily, and most importantly," she lowered her voice, "stay away from the CEO's daughter unless you're told otherwise." Maria blinked. "Why?" Clara sighed impatiently. "You'll understand soon enough." They walked through hallways so shiny that Maria could see her reflection. Everything smelled of lavender and money. She had never stepped inside a house this big before. Crystal chandeliers hung like frozen waterfalls, and every corner looked like it belonged in a magazine. Clara pushed open a door. "This will be your living quarters. Lunch is at 1. You'll start with cleaning the east wing." Maria nodded, grateful but confused. Who was this daughter everyone avoided? Why? She didn't get the chance to ask. Clara had already walked away. By noon, Maria had finished sweeping an entire gallery room and dusting endless shelves of expensive ornaments. Her back ached, but she was proud of herself. She was placing the broom back into the supply closet when she heard something. Soft tapping, almost like a rhythm. Curiosity tugged at her. In the corridor ahead, a little girl sat on the floor. She was maybe 8 years old, wearing a light blue dress, her hair tied in 2 messy pigtails. Toys were scattered around her, but not played with. She tapped her fingers on the tiles in a pattern that seemed meaningful only to her. Her gaze stayed fixed on a spot on the wall, unfocused yet strangely intense. Maria froze. It wasn't just that the child was alone, it was the cold atmosphere around her, as if everyone in the world had turned away. Just then, Clara appeared from around the corner and stiffened. "What are you doing here?" Her voice snapped. I was just going to put the broom." Clara didn't look at her. She looked at the child. "Elena, you're supposed to stay in your room." The girl didn't respond. She didn't even look up. Clara sighed. "Just ignore her, Maria. She doesn't speak, and she has episodes. Stay focused on your chores." But Maria didn't move. She looked again at the girl. Elena. There was something heartbreaking about the stillness in her little shoulders, the empty hallway around her, the way no one seemed willing to get close. "Go on," Clara whispered. "Before the CEO sees you near her." Maria obeyed, but the image of Elena sitting alone stayed with her for the rest of the day. The next morning, Maria was carrying a basket of linens when she saw Elena again. This time the girl was standing by a window, swaying gently back and forth, not dancing, just swaying. Like the movement soothed her. A group of staff passed by without even glancing at her. Maria hesitated, remembering Clara's warning. But the loneliness in the child's eyes tugged harder than fear. When she walked past, she slowed her steps. "Good morning," she whispered softly. Elena continued swaying, eyes on the floor. Maria smiled anyway. "You look very pretty today." No response. Still, Maria felt something warm bloom inside her chest, as if a door had cracked open. Several days passed. Maria cleaned rooms, polished floors, and folded endless sheets. But she also saw Elena, always alone, always quiet, always avoided. Once, Maria saw a toy car fly out of a room and hit a wall, followed by staff whispering, "She's having another meltdown," as they walked away instead of helping. Another time she saw Elena sitting under a table with her hands over her ears, trying to block out vacuum noise, while the staff pretended not to notice. Maria couldn't bear it. One evening she found the girl in the huge music room, a space filled with a grand piano, violins on wall hooks, and a smooth wooden floor. Elena stood in the middle, her tiny fingers tapping her chest in a rhythmic pattern. Maria stepped inside quietly. "Do you like music?" she asked gently. The girl's fingers kept tapping. Maria sat on the floor a few feet away, not too close. "I like music too." Still nothing. Maria hummed, a soft tune her mother used to sing, one full of comfort and warmth. Elena's tapping slowed. Her head tilted the slightest bit. Maria's heart nearly stopped, because it was the first sign that the girl had noticed her. It's okay, Maria whispered. I won't hurt you, I promise. For the first time, Elena turned her head, her eyes landing briefly on Maria's. Only a second, but it felt like a miracle. Later that night, Maria overheard two maids gossiping. She's autistic, one whispered. Yes. The CEO has tried everything, therapies, specialists. Nothing works. She barely talks, barely lets anyone touch her. That child is a burden. Honestly, I don't blame the boss for being distant. His wife died giving birth to her. Maria's heart clenched. A mother gone. A father drowning himself in work. Staff afraid of her. A child trapped in silence. Poor little Elena. That night, Maria prayed for her before falling asleep. The next day, something different happened. Maria was dusting the hallway when she heard footsteps. Light, soft. Elena. But this time, she walked straight toward Maria, stopping only a few steps away. Maria froze, happiness fluttering in her stomach. "Hello, baby," she whispered. Elena didn't respond, but she didn't leave. Her fingers twitched nervously, like she wanted something but didn't know how to ask. Slowly, Maria knelt to her height. "Do you need help?" The girl studied her face, really looked at her for the first time. Then, in the faintest whisper, slightly cracked from disuse, she said, "Dance, with me." Maria felt tears rush to her eyes. It was the softest request she had ever heard. Fragile, like a candle flame in wind. "Yes," she whispered. "Of course I'll dance with you." Elena stepped back, lifted her arms stiffly and began swaying. Maria followed her movements, not leading, just mirroring. Slow, gentle steps, tiny turns, hands that didn't touch but moved together like two butterflies sharing the same air. Elena's lips curved upward. A smile. Her first smile. Maria didn't realize someone was watching until she heard a gasp. It was the CEO. Alex Carter, the billionaire everyone respected and feared. Tall, broad-shouldered, with a face always cold and unreadable. Except now. His eyes were wide. "Wet. What? How?" he whispered, stepping closer. She never lets anyone near her." Maria stood up quickly. "Sir, I'm so sorry if—" He raised a trembling hand. "No, don't apologize." He knelt in front of his daughter. "Elena, sweetheart, you smiled." Elena slowly moved behind Maria, hiding slightly. Alex's heart cracked visibly. Maria placed a gentle hand on the girl's shoulder. "It's okay," she whispered. "He's your papa." Alex watched them, his throat tightening. "She never even looks at me," he said, voice breaking. "For years I've tried, and she's always afraid." Maria's voice was soft. "She isn't afraid of you, sir. She's afraid of being overwhelmed." Alex wiped his face. "You understand her." "I'm trying," Maria said. "She's a wonderful child." Elena peeked from behind her, tapping Maria's arm twice, her way of saying she wanted to continue dancing. Maria smiled. "Go ahead," Alex said, stepping back, letting them be. And for the second time they danced, two souls healing together, one father watching his daughter connect with someone, maybe for the first time ever. After that day, things changed. Alex requested that Maria spend more time with Elena, not as a maid, but as a companion. Every morning Elena waited at the staircase for her. Every afternoon she gently held Maria's sleeve to guide her to the music room. Every evening she asked in her whispery voice, "Dance with me." Maria became the sun in the little girl's world, and Elena became Maria's purpose, but not everyone was happy. Clara confronted her one night. "Don't get too attached. You're staff, nothing more." Maria stood her ground. "That child needs love, not avoidance." Clara scoffed. "You think you're special? You'll be gone in a month like the others." But Maria didn't leave. She couldn't. One day Alex approached Maria in the garden. He looked exhausted, tie loose, eyes red. "Maria, can I ask you something?" "Yes, sir. How did you do it?" His voice cracked. "How did you reach her when even I couldn't?" Maria took a slow breath. "I didn't try to change her. I simply met her where she was." Alex sat beside her, head in his hands. "I wish I knew how. After her mother died, I buried myself in work. I thought giving her the best doctors, the best home, the best everything would be enough." Maria's voice trembled. "She doesn't need the world. She needs someone who chooses to stay. Alex looked at her. Really looked at her. "Thank you," he whispered, "for giving her what I couldn't." Maria shook her head. "You can still give it. You just need to take her hand at her pace." Alex nodded, hope flickering in his eyes. That evening, Maria and Elena were drawing in the playroom when Alex entered quietly. Elena immediately tensed. Maria whispered, "It's okay. Papa wants to learn." Alex slowly knelt on the floor. He picked up a colored pencil and waited, not drawing, not moving. Elena watched him cautiously. Then she tapped the green pencil twice. Alex handed it to her. Her fingers brushed his for barely a second, but his eyes filled at the tiny contact. "Hi, sweetheart," he whispered. Elena drew a shaky circle. Alex drew one next to hers. Maria smiled. For the first time, they were a family. 3 circles on a single page. Weeks passed. Elena began whispering small words. She let her father read her bedtime stories. She even hugged him once, briefly, awkwardly, but enough to break him into tears of joy. Maria taught Alex how to understand her patterns, her rhythms, her world. And Alex taught Maria something too, how a heart can reopen after years of being locked away. But soon, whispers spread among the staff. "Why does the CEO spend so much time with the maid? Have you seen the way he looks at her now? Maybe she's trying to trap him." Maria heard every word, but she ignored them. What mattered was Elena and Alex. One evening, while the sun dipped behind the mansion, Alex found Maria in the garden trimming roses. "You've changed this home," he said softly. Maria smiled shyly. "Elena changed me first. She's blossomed because of you," he whispered. "And so have I." Her hands stilled. His voice grew tender. "Maria, I know you came here for a job, but you've become much more than that. You've become the light in our lives." Her breath caught. Before she could respond, Elena came running, yes, running, toward them. She grabbed both their hands. "Dance," she said. Maria laughed softly. "In the garden?" Elena nodded. "Dance. Together." Alex's heart melted. Maria's eyes filled. And so, with golden lights spilling over them, they danced, the 3 of them, hands joined, hearts aligned. Elena giggled for the first time, a sound so pure that Alex swore he'd give up every fortune he owned just to hear it again. And Maria realized something. This wasn't a job anymore. This was home. This was family. This was love. Months passed and Elena flourished. She spoke more, smiled more, danced more. She trusted. She connected, and every day she asked both of them, "Dance with me." Together they healed her world. Together she healed theirs. Because sometimes love doesn't arrive with fireworks or grand entrances. Sometimes it arrives in the simplest whisper, "Dance with me," and a heart brave enough to answer, "Yes, always yes."